Hey everyone, I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Christian.
And this is the day 4 recap video of camp. So, today at camp, we learned about lights and shadows for the puppets. So we have our theater here all set up, and the materials we're going to use today are some colored transparency sheets. We have some binder clips, a marker, flashlight, pipe cleaners, and we have our foam block that has the brads and the push pin in it. We also have the day 4 worksheet that's two-sided, that has puppets on the first side and backdrops on the second side.
All right. So for today, what you have to do first is to open this side of the box. So now you're going to do that very easy because you have here the way to do that, and you are going to let it to be open. So, you're going to leave it up. So here you're gonna see 3 holes that we created for you. And we are not going to do that right now, anything with them, but later we're going to use them. So now we have your puppets and we are going to create the background. So to create the background, you can use one of the transparencies, the color transparencies, and you pick one of them. You can pick the lightest one, or you can use the other one, the darkest one. It's up to you. So there you are going to use the marker, and you can create whatever you want. For example, mountains, or for example, it could be a river, or whatever you want. So you are going to just draw the background that is going to have your story. Remember that it's always related to your story. I'm going to create a very simple house there, for example, or 2 houses, maybe. One big and the other small. Very simple. Now, maybe I want to create a tree. And that's it. It's very simple. So the idea that you are going to use the binder clips to let this background to be up or stand. So for that, you are going to use both of them, and it's going to be like a way to make it stand. Do you remember that we created in the first session our measure lines? So you are going to use now them. For that, you are going to locate in one of the parts, wherever you want, the background, and you are going to use the foam, or the other side of the foam, as a way to pose your light. The light is going to be against the screen, or the first screen, and all the part or all the light that is going to be converted of the color is going to go against this screen and to show the background that you created. So for that, you just have to turn on your light, and that's it. However, you are going to see in the first try that it's not so easy. It seems very easy, but for that, now you are going to use or do a small experiment. For that, you're going to use the table we sent to you, and you are going to change all the time the distances to see when or how it's going to be the image blur or clear, or it's going to be small, or it's going to be big. It depends on the distance that you are going to put both the background or the light. So we can try it if you want.
Yeah, sure. All right, so first of all, we're going to turn the lights off.
Ta-da!
Then, what we're going to do, we'll turn it sideways. Or actually, no, this is fine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pay attention to the measurements of where we are. So we're going to be on page 2 that says backdrops at the top. And first of all, we're going to try to make an image that is big and clear. Okay? So this is going to be some trial and error. We're going to try to figure it out. So
I'm going to go to the other side, and he's going to make the experiment. I'm going to tell him.
So I'm going to turn the light on, and we'll see. So
It's blur.
It's pretty blurry. Okay.
It's very blurry.
So if I'm going to move the light a little bit backwards. What about now?
It's getting clearer, but we need more space.
More space. Okay, now I'm going to move the backdrop. I'm going to move it a little bit closer to the screen.
Much clearer. Yeah, it's clearer. but now we can see all the sides of the background.
There we go. So is it good now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is on the third row of this worksheet, so now it's the fourth row for big and clear, I'm going to write down what backdrop I'm using. So I'm using the blue house and tree. How far away is the object? I moved it right here. So this is about 5 centimeters from the screen. So I'll write down 5 centimeters. And then how far away is the light? I need to take my ruler and measure how far from the screen the light is. So I don't have my ruler with me, but it looks like it's about 45 centimeters. So I'll write down 45 centimeters on the worksheet. And then what other observations can we make about this? So I notice that if I move it closer, the picture gets smaller and more clear. And if I move it further away, it gets bigger and more blurry. So those are the observations I made from this first test. So there are 5 rows here, so you should do 5 different tests with different conditions and see what you notice about what changes about the light and the color and other things. You can also use the light from the flashlight on your phone if you don't want to use a different flashlight. So any light you want, just make sure you measure how far away it is. Also, on the first page of this, it mentions the puppets. So do the first page with the puppets, measure how far away the puppets are the same way, and then you can do the backdrops as well. So 2 different sides, 10 different experiments in total.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have the puppets. We have lots of different puppets here. We have this one that I cut out, and then we have this one, the dinosaur on the stick.
And the cow here, the cow that we did in the last session.
So we have lots of different kinds of puppets. So now we're going to do an example of this little puppet show for you to see.
Oh, come on. All right, that's it.
What are we going to say?
And Oscar the cow.
Here you can see we have the cow on the roof of the house, and the dinosaur is on the ground just hanging out. And who else do we have here? We have the rhino. The rhino comes into the party. And we have
you can also use your hands, for example, if you want to create something. It's also an alternative you want to.
Yeah, so we have this blue backdrop in here, that's right here, and we can put the puppets in front of it. And we can also put the puppets behind it. And if they're behind it, it's a little bit more blurry and a lot bigger.
You can also change the background and create some other effects with different colors. For example, with a darker color, with something like black, could be something with at night, something is happening at night. Or with the yellow color, is going to be something like lighter, for example, in the beach or something like that.
Absolutely. So you can take your storyboard that we developed before, and you can use the storyboard and create your own puppet show in the theater.
So the last thing that you can do for this is to create another kind of decorations, but they are not just decorations, they are also some parts of the stage. So with that, for that, you're going to use the other pipe cleaners, the other two that you have there, and you can use them as a way to hang whatever you want. For example, you can create a cloud with a piece of cardboard, or you can create a star, or you can create also the sun, and you are going to just use a hole punch, and you are going to use the string to grab it. Grab it. Yeah. And after that, you're going to put this in these holes that you have here on the upper side, and you're gonna see that it's going to be all the time depending on the scene that you want to create.
All right, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to seeing your puppet show for tomorrow.
Bye.